Hello guys, tonight it's Manchester United versus Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, so let's get into it. Let's cue that intro. Oh no, and welcome back to the Matchday Live, and it's me Dan back again, and tonight Manchester United face Crystal Palace, and it's at Selhurst Park. It's our rearranged game from ages ago that I think it got did it get postponed for COVID or something like that, or was it something? No, it wasn't. I think it was postponed because of the FA Cup, I think, or the League Cup. I don't know. Anyway, it's our game. I think Man City have got a game against Tottenham as well, but I think that's tomorrow night. Anyway, so the team I've gone for, I think it kind of picks itself. There is talk of Weghorst being starting this game, but I don't think he will. I reckon he'll be on the bench. Same with Martial. I don't think Martial will play tonight. I reckon it will be Garnacho on the left and then Anthony on the right. And then we could see Luke Shaw as a centre-back again with Varane and Wan-Bissaka from last year. If not, then I reckon Luke Shaw will play left back, and then we'll have obviously Maguire and Martinez. There might be a few rotation. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a rotation because obviously we do have Arsenal at the weekend. So let's get into it. Let's play match and let's talk about the last league game, which was the Manchester derby, and Man United won 2-1. What a day! What a game! Yeah, it was a good game. Not gonna lie, it was a good game. First half, it finished. The first half finished 0-0. But I think out of everything, I think we were the better team first half. United just controlled Man City. City had the ball, but they didn't do much with it apart from a Kyle Walker shot, which was like from 3 yards out, and then that one chance that Haaland had. But we had the two blocks, the two shot blocks. We also had a couple chances as well. Bruno Fernandes had the main one for United. He got put through from Ericsson, I do believe, and in the end, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes put it through. Just went past the post. He was unlucky, and he could have. To be honest, he could have. Well, he couldn't actually because he was literally the only one there. But his pass, Ericsson's pass, and then it's a shot across goal. It just went too far across. So that was unlucky, but that was our first proper chance. And that was from we forced the mistake from City, and it was really good to see. And we was just unlucky. We was unlucky in that game. Oh, it's gone in. It's an own goal, I think. It was unlucky in the game. We was unlucky in the game. We had a couple chances. Rashford had, especially Rashford. This time, Rashford went through from Ericsson's pass, and Ederson decided to go for a walk. Let's just say, and Rashford, all he had to do is put it in the empty net. But from his position, I kind of agree why his chance. It wasn't the best chance, but the best chance of the half was Rashford. Was Ericsson put through Rashford? Goalkeeper doesn't come for it, and Rashford was through 1-on-1, and Ederson made the save, and that was. It was unlucky. That was our best chance of the game of that first half, and it was looking like Rashford weren't going to score this day. So then, obviously, second half started with Man City controlling the game. Obviously, Pep Guardiola must have said something to them at half time, and they controlled the game. The fullbacks were pushing up high. They can't. United didn't really do much with it. It looked like United were going to be. Oh, really? I was going to say it looked like United was going to lose the game. It looked like you could feel a goal was coming, and the goal came through Jack Grealish. It's just a ball towards Kevin De Bruyne. He makes them runs so well, and he just got past. I think Fred lost him. He pretty much man marked Kevin De Bruyne in that first half. Second half, we didn't really get going. And in the end, we were just unfortunate, that they got the goal, and Jack Grealish just came in. Wan-Bissaka lost him, and he just came in and headed the goal, and that was 1-0. And by that time, I was thinking, oh no, here we go. Is it going to be 2 or 3? Because United look from that first half, United looked knackered to the second half. You know, City were the better team second half. I would definitely say that. Well, apart from first 5-10 minutes, obviously, until their goal, and then literally what a couple minutes later, Casemiro put a ball through to Rashford, who was offside. I will agree with you, he was offside, but he didn't touch it. And obviously, the rule is if the player doesn't touch it, has the intention to touch it, then it's going to be, oh, what a goal. You know, if he doesn't touch it, it's not offside. And obviously, Bruno went through and put it past Ederson. It was a really good finish, actually, from Bruno Fernandes. And it was ruled onside in the end. But I could see why. I could see why Man United. I could see where, you know, I could see why. Not Man United. I could see why Man City players were absolutely moaning about it. Now, you know, they're still moaning about it today. So it was just one of them games where, you know, it's just, it always happens in big games. There's always a big decision, and you know that was the decision. So on to the goal. It was 2-0, 1-1. And then obviously that got the crowd going, that got the players going, and in the end, look, literally a couple of minutes later, counter attack. Bruno Fernandes put a great ball onto Garnacho. He played really well when he came on. He came on for Martial, and Rashford went up top. And in the end, it was Rashford who got the goal. But it was good play from Garnacho. His first cross got blocked from Hakanji, but then he just literally turned Carl Walker and then put it on a plate for Rashford to tap it in, and that was 2-0. Rashford, Old Trafford went mad. It must have been a really good atmosphere of that game. It looked it. It's just, you know, they just looked done and dust. You know, from that they just didn't really, you know, not much happened after that, to be honest. You know, really, that's a red card. Wow. Yeah, but not much happened after that. You know, City went for the game. You know, went for the ball, and I think United, we just settled. You know, we kept Luke Shaw. I'm surprised. I was quite surprised Luke Shaw played at centre back that game. I was very surprised that. Yeah, I was very surprised Luke Shaw started that game at centre back. But yeah, we weren't unlucky. We was just well, we weren't unlucky. We won the game. City we controlled City. You know, Haaland didn't really get much in the game. It was just one of them games for City, and yeah, it pretty much really good 3 points for us as well, because it kind of puts us in contention with the title race. But again, I don't think United will win it. I still think City. I do agree with what's his name, Gary Neville. The other day, he still thinks Man City will win it. I still think City will win it, because at some point this Arsenal team will lose a couple games or draw a couple games, and obviously they got us on Sunday, which will be a massive game for both teams, and that'll be interesting to see that team. Obviously, Arsenal are not playing in midweek, so they've got the benefit of the whole week off. Whereas United, we've got our game this week, which is a really good present from the FA at Christmas to give us this game when it didn't really need it to be played this week. Because obviously, after Arsenal, I think we do have our first leg in the Copa del Rey and in the Carabao Cup. So yeah, I'm not surprised that we got this game. But yeah, we do have Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, obviously, they haven't played really well the last couple of games. They lost in the FA Cup as well to Southampton. They haven't won for quite a long. Well, they haven't won since a couple of weeks ago, I think. They beat Bournemouth 2-0 away, but apart from that, you know, they lost to Chelsea at the weekend. They lost to Southampton in the FA Cup. They lost to Spurs at home 4-0, and that's quite a surprising result as well, because obviously Spurs, they're not playing well. They ain't playing well at the moment, so yeah, it's quite surprising that's offside. It's quite surprising that, you know, the way they're playing at the moment. Crystal Palace. But obviously, going to Crystal Palace is always a hard game for United, and let's just see what happens. I think it will be a tough game, but I think if United score first, I think it could be a 2-0, 3-1, something like that. I can see them scoring, but United have to be up for it. And obviously, you know, if Wout Weghorst starts, then obviously we're going to have to put service into him. You know, we might play differently when if he plays, but I doubt. You know, I doubt he will play. I reckon he'll be on the bench for the game, but it's going to be interesting to see, you know, if he does start. If he does start, do we play the same, or you know, are we going to play into his strengths where, you know, pass the ball into him? You know, he's going to be a target. He's pretty much a target man, and that's what he is going to be for us. So it'll be a bit of, you know, a bit of. He's going to be better than a target man than Martial is, because Martial, he does hold the ball up really well sometimes, but then other times he doesn't really, you know, get going. And you know, it's going to be interesting to see who starts in the next couple of games. I don't think he'll start at the weekend against Arsenal, Wout Weghorst. So if he does play, you know, this game, it will be this game if he starts. But then let's see what happens with that. And you never know, he might start at the weekend against Arsenal, but I doubt it. I very doubt it. And obviously, there's what else I was going to say, and obviously you don't know what, you know, if any other players, you know, will play, because obviously I think there's a couple of players that we've got at the moment currently on yellow. If we have, I think Casemiro is one of them. If, you know, if he gets yellow cards in this game, he's going to miss the weekend, and he's going to be a massive loss. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't start tonight against Crystal Palace, and we'll have McTominay instead. And Fred maybe in midfield, because you know, because of these yellow card situations. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight against Crystal Palace, and obviously just hope that we don't. I hope we get the result, obviously, against Crystal Palace, but you know, it's always a bogey team, Crystal Palace. So score prediction, I will go for 2-0 score line. I reckon Rashford will get a goal again, and maybe Wout Weghorst will get his debut goal. Maybe. I doubt it, but let's see. Maybe Garnacho scores. It's just going to be one of them away days in London where it's going to be a massive game. It's going to be a massive game for both teams, because obviously we're just after the City game, and obviously Crystal Palace, they've had a bit of a bad form at home at the moment. So, you know, I expect them to have a bit of a bounce. And, you know, Patrick Vieira's team at the moment, they do sometimes give us good games at Crystal Palace. So, yeah. So let's see what happens. So anyway, guys, that is going to be it for me today. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your score prediction below. So right, guys, I'm going. Bye.